there. Great energy as this playoff game is about to get underway. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. He'll start from the 25. Set it down to the offense. First down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's escaping the pocket now. And the pass will fall incomplete on the scramble attempt. Good coverage there.
Even though that was incomplete, it was a savvy play by the quarterback to escape the pocket and the pressure to avoid taking the sack there.
And throwing again on 2nd and 10. Looks to the left, and it's complete. And he's shoved out of bounds by the defense short of the first down marker.
Well, here the defense decided to sit back and play zone, and that front didn't do a good job of pressuring the quarterback. He had the time to make the throw, and he put it on target.
Third down play here out of the shotgun. Looking for his big tight end. And he's got his man open downfield. Ball carrier brought down, but a flag's on the field. Let's check out this call. Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. And it's complete. What a grab by the receiver right near the sideline.
Oh, the defense. They get this offense to a 3rd down early in the game, a chance to get him off the field, but instead this quarterback shows you why they've had such a great year with a conversion.
A handoff to the back. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Offense goes to the pistol formation now. And now the running back's got it again. Offense facing 3rd and short, approaching midfield. Can they convert here, or will they face a tough 4th down decision? And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line here, Chris, for me when it comes to throwing a screen pass. You don't want to throw it too early, obviously, and the defense reacts quickly and can sniff it out. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late and potentially get sacked. You've got to make sure it hits just right for this play to work.
So instead of trying to pin the opponents deep with a punt, they'll go for it on 4th down. First drive of the game. He finds his target. He has the first. Tackle inside the 40, and it's good enough for a first down.
Well, that's exactly when you want to go to your little slot receiver, right? He gets a one-on-one matchup on 4th down, has all that room to work with in the middle of the field. Get him the football on 4th down, come up with the conversion, keep those sticks moving.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Finds room at the 30. They bring him down, but not before he gets inside the 30-yard line.
Chris, I don't know. There's just something about that Bama uniform. When they run the football, it just feels right. It's a combination of having those big offensive linemen, a really physical approach at the line of scrimmage, and backs that are able to pick up first downs like that right there. Beautiful play.
Alabama getting set for the 1st and 10 now. And the single back takes the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. That was an excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Tackle at the 6-yard line after the completion. Offense really threatening now.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down, but instead gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Try and muscle for the first down. And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. You come out in the playoff game, Kirk, no signs of rust for the offense immediately.
Yeah, no jitters at all. After the layoff, I wondered how they might be able to come out and communicate and actually just the rhythm to the offense. But they did not hesitate. They set the tone early. Now they got themselves a lead.
Extra point knocked right down the middle. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. He'll call for the fair catch here. First down here for this offense. He's past the marker and still going. We get him down at the 41, but that's good enough for a first down.
You know, all week, the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback. He told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. But, man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big-time game.
One play moves the ball to the 41. It'll be first down. Oh, he's looking to throw. Ball is incomplete. A lot of heat on that throw.
It has been a tough first half in this playoff game for this offense. They cannot get anything going through the air. Not only they down the scoreboard, but there's really nothing to build around as we get ready to go into the second half.
Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. And he's back to throw again on second down. Well, nearly an interception here on the opening drive. It's going to bring up third down instead.
Well, this defense has been incredible all year long, and they continue to be that way in the postseason. Just getting after this offense, whether it's putting pressure on the quarterback, great coverage downfield. Right now, they are dominating this game.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Here's a shot toward the right sideline. Oh, and it's dropped right off his hands. A chance for a big play, but a little early nerves on the part of that receiver. The Knights will have to kick this away. On the return, it's Beck. And the returner will be brought down. Here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. They reached the end zone the last time out, trying to do the same thing here. They tackle him right at the 35-yard line.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Keeping it on the ground here. Fighting him off. And he's brought down, but it's a first down spotted near the 41.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Tackle after a solid gain. It's enough for a first down, and that should wrap up the first quarter of play. Defense trying to jam these receivers at the line. Gets some space around the 30. Tackle made after a big gain.
Outstanding blocking on the left side of that offensive line. That's really what opened up this play. They did their job, and you can see the results. You burst open and get a big gain on the ground. If I were them, I'd keep going to that side and see how much more success they can have.
Quick throw over the middle. He's got it right near the end zone. And he scores! Touchdown, Alabama. Well, the call was sort of predictable, Kirk, but that tight end is just so tough to stop down here in the red zone.
Listen, speaking on behalf of all quarterbacks, you get down to the red zone, you're looking for that big target that you can trust. He's going to run a good route, and he's got a big wingspan to allow you to make a throw up into the air. He can go up and make a catch over most defenders. Really good execution. They come up with 6.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. Okay, so the UCF offense is back out on the field. The last drive, they came up empty, had to kick it away. Can they come up with something here? Breaking free at the 35. And moves the ball to the 37 for a first down. The Knights hustle to the line to run the hurry-up. He hands it off from the gun. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. The offense going with the hurry-up. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. Second down, we're going to throw it. He's moving out of the pocket. Gets rid of it on the move. Caught on the outside. It's Cavazos. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there.
These undersized slot receivers can be some of the toughest guys to contain for a defense. They're quicker than they really are fast, and they're very elusive, tough to contain in these one-on-one matchups.
And he'll drop back here on third down. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. Receiver makes the grab. Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup is good enough to move the chains. First down.
Chris, there's a lot of pressure on this offense here early in this game. They're down early, third down and long. Nice job of protecting. The last thing they want to do is have to punt this ball away. So instead, quarterback has time. Nice throw, and it's a first down.
On first down, it's play action. He's moving out of the pocket now, and he'll just get rid of it.
Man, I like this play. Not only is it the right play, throwing it away like that, but given that he had no other option, he just did what he's supposed to do to survive and get ready for this next down.
Incompletion sets up a second down. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Works his way inside the 10. It's a quick spin move. Eventually taken down, but how about the spin move that earned him first down yardage?
I really love the way more and more offenses are using the receiver in motion pre-snap. Give him a chance to get the football with a couple of blockers in front of him. He's got all that speed built up. You get the ball in his hands, and you better look out. He could be off to the races.
Fires it on the move. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down.
You know, this is the one thing I love about this running back is his ability to get involved in the pass game. Runs a great route, just doesn't come down with a catch.
Offense lines up. This is the 7th play now in this drive. Ball handed to the running back. 7-yard gain sets up a 3rd and 3. Crucial third down coming up in the red zone. Can they keep the drive going, or will they have to settle for 3? Caught behind the line. It's Cavazos. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, UCF. A much-needed score for trying to just hang in this game right now.
Man, I love that they're not giving up. They are continuing to fight to try to get themselves back into this game.
Make the extra point, cut the lead to 14-7. Kickoff team's on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. Bringing it out. It's back. Tackle at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. On that last touchdown drive, they just pounded away with the ground game. Let's see if that formula works again. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Moves the ball to the 25. Good enough for a first down.
Well, I know people want to talk about the spread, and Alabama's offense has changed over the years, but at the end of the day, with this coaching staff, it still comes down to the line of scrimmage and the ability to pound the rock. Think about the backs they've had in recent years. Eric Ingram and Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, Jahmyr Gibbs most recently. This is an offense that still wants to control things up front and beat you down.
Quick throw to the left. It's caught downfield. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a first down.
You know, Chris, you think about it, efficiency has always kind of been the description of a great Alabama quarterback. Man, think about the playmakers that they've had over the last few years at this position. Jalen, Tua, Bryce Young recently. Just a different level of quarterback play and really gives this offense an edge to it.
Brought down, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 49. Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. And is intercepted. Can he take it all the way? At the 30 now. At the 10. Touchdown, nice. And the defense adds 6 from the interception return. This college football playoff game is all tied up. We've heard it's beginning to feel a little bit like a shootout.
Yeah, it is. It's a battle of the offenses. Both these teams right now executing flawlessly, and they're doing so with such high stakes, answering one score with another. Neither team is backing up 1 inch.
Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner opportunity to bring this back. Fielded in the end zone. It's back. He's brought down at the 12. That's poor field position to start the drive. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. They're trying to recover from that last possession. They had things going, but then a pick six, a devastating play. They got to recover from that right now. Tackle right at the 30, good enough to move the sticks. The offense will quickly spend a timeout here after the play. Quarterback operating an empty set. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Quarterback escapes the pocket. And he'll step out of bounds after a solid gain on that run.
That's what I love about this guy. Just getting good positive yards here and continue to just keep this drive alive.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? Quarterback drops back. It's an out route. The catch made. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
Boy, another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show how dangerous he is when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator's got to change up his looks, maybe bring in the blitz, anything they can do to get this quarterback out of this rhythm.
And it's incomplete, even on a first down throw. He was under some heavy pressure.
Boy, this one's on the offensive line, Chris. They've got to do a better job of protecting the franchise quarterback. This guy's as good as there is in the country, and they're letting this pressure get to their quarterback. You either get the ball out faster, or the offensive line's got to do a better job of taking care of their guy.
New center downs for the offense, 1st and 10. Looking to chuck it again. Bringing pressure. The junior trying to take a shot, but overthrows his man.
And this quarterback is a stud. I looked at him all week and thought he had a chance to light up the scoreboard. But if the defense can put that kind of pressure on him, that's how you slow him down today.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Looking to scramble. On the move here, trying to hit a deep shot. And it's caught inside the 10. Doesn't quite get in, but it sets up a 1st and goal for this offense.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
The Tide offense line up here on 1st and goal. On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
And I just love that this defense is not giving up on this 1st and goal. They attacked. They got through. They got penetration. Nice job of being able to keep them out of the end zone.
He bought some time, now lets it go. Off target and incomplete. Defense spends their 2nd timeout to try to regroup. Here we go, 3rd and goal coming up. And he drops back in the gun. And it's caught. Touchdown, Tide. That kind of execution and a long drive, that's why this team made it to the college football playoff.
That's exactly right. Being able to mix in the run with the pass, picking up 1st downs, and eventually coming up with the touchdown. That is a tough thing to do, and they made it look easy.
You knock through the extra point. The lead is 7, 21-14. So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. UCF offense back out on the field now. Backed up this close to the end zone in the final minute. Let's see if they just decide to take care of the football and look toward the second half. Looking to throw it on 1st down. Quarterback looking to scramble. Breaks loose at the 40. And they make the tackle, but that's a huge chunk play on the scramble. He saw an opening and just went for it. The Knights will hustle to the line here to run the hurry up. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. And he'll loft it to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, UCF.
Perfect timing here by this quarterback. Great read, puts the ball where his man can make a play on it, and they're an extra point away from tying this game up.
And now the try here for the extra point. And it's good. So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with a touchdown. Now they kick off in hopes the defense can get a quick stop. Returner looking to create better field position. And the returner steps out at the 16-yard line. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Oh, and he misfires just beyond the receiver's grasp.
They don't make the completion here. The timing seemed to be off between a quarterback and receiver. But man, this defensive coordinator, he may want to consider getting more pressure on this quarterback by changing some things up. He's got a lot of time back there to throw the ball, and eventually, it's going to cost you.
Oh, that one's picked off. Going the other way, can they catch him? At the 20, crosses the 10. And he's going to score on the pick six. Touchdown, Knights. And the interception taken to the house, a pick six, potential game-changing play there.
Man, nothing gets a defense, and especially a defensive coordinator, more fired up than a pick six. And let's not forget, give credit to some of those other defenders for making some key blocks to spring that touchdown loose.
PAT makes it a 7-point lead. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. Alabama will kick it off to start the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. And here comes the UCF offense back out on the field. First play of the drive, he looks left for a completion. Tackle made after the completion.
Boy, a wide receiver screen can be hit or miss. Either receiver finds a nice crease and picks up big yards, or the defense completely negates that. The team speed from the defense here wins that play.
Finds a receiver in the middle of the field. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play. The Knights come to the line looking to crank up the tempo.
Well, Chris, with this style of RPO, the quarterback has to do a really good job of staying on that ride with the running back to make sure that the defense is really up against the run before he can pull it out and throw the football. Here, it's a little further downfield, but the same result as far as the potential and the big gain coming off of an RPO.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. Makes a quick grab.
Now, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
Different pre-snap look from the linebackers now. Looks to his left and makes the completion. And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down. The Knights come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. Here comes a handoff. Tough running to avoid a loss, and just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. The junior able to bring him down quickly. So here we go. Third down in the red zone. The kind of play that decides football games. On third down, he drops to throw. Defense is coming after him. He'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, UCF.
What a play by this quarterback. You're talking about third down. This is a critical time in this game, and he comes up with that play against this coverage. Everything's covered, uses his legs for not only a first down, but a touchdown.
No problem. BAT right down the middle. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. He's got it inside the 15. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. It's a shotgun run call. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. After the first down loss, it's second and long for the 17. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Running back has it on the screen now. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
You know, plays like this are what Alabama offense is all about. They run the football, and then they're efficient within their passing game. Think about it. They won a couple national championships with Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron by just being efficient and playing smart at the position and being a great complement to that running game in the defense.
Alabama comes up to the line quickly. And looking to throw now on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Hall. They bring him down, but not before he gets inside the 30-yard line. A new set of downs after that completion. First down, looking to throw the ball. Makes a quick catch. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion. Made the catch, but he was surrounded, Kirk. Not much room to run.
They did a really good job that time of leveraging him out in space. I thought he might have a chance to be able to shake loose because he is so elusive. But defense, as you said, did a really good job in the open field surrounding him. Just nowhere for him to go to pick up any more positive yards.
There's the tackle, but first down yardage. Alabama has now moved into the red zone. Offense will keep it on the ground here. Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, Bama.
I think we're starting to kind of see a theme here, Chris, today. That's his second touchdown. The offensive line doing their job, and he's doing an outstanding job of just reading the defense, finding the hole, and being able to pick up big yards and touchdowns.
And the point after is good. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there.
And your UCF Knights will take over first and 10.
Okay, so the UCF offense is back out on the field. The last possession, they really had the passing game clicking. Move right down the field for a touchdown. Running with purpose.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think they're going to run, maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
There's the handoff. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. And they'll stop him after a fairly minimal pickup.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively. But I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
He'll toss it to the back. He's found some room at the 45. Tackled, but not before picking up big yards and a first down. Defense couldn't stop the option that time.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do well.
And they'll stop him after a short gain. Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this third down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
Solid gain on the running play. Third down now. Can he get there on the ground? Fighting for yardage, but the defense stops him just short of that first down marker. The Knights will come to the line on fourth down, hoping to keep this drive going. fourth down, they'll try and run for it. Tackled at the 33. That's good enough for a first down.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line and the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
The Knights have 1st and 10 here. Handoff to the back. They'll keep the clock moving. Take it down, but not before he makes the first down.
And that's going to be a first down. And really, Chris, kind of surprised here in the fourth quarter not to see this defense dial up some pressure. They're just sitting back in the base, making it relatively easy for the offense to pick up a first down on the ground.
They continue to pound away on the ground. Ranks up a 1st and 10. And looks like the quarterback's going to run it. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, that's the drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to this big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
You know, a lot of times these types of plays either go for nothing or they can go for a huge chunk of yards. Here they do a nice job of getting it to the outside, turning it upfield, and ended up getting a nice gain out of it.
Third down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. We head now to the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to bleed out the clock and secure this win. Can they convert here on 3rd down in the red zone? This is a 4-point type of play, touchdown or field goal. It's 3rd down. Quarterback in the shotgun. Slides to avoid the big hit.
Well, how many times do we see this late in the fourth quarter? You know the pass rush is going to be there. They're getting after him. They're getting upfield. They get a great push. But what do they create? Space and lanes. And he takes off and picks up a first down.
First and goal. A late touchdown here would just about secure the victory. The shotgun handoff here. Nowhere to run up the middle. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible.
Total control right now, Chris. You just got to assume, just keep running the football. You look at the clock, in their favor. You look at the field position where they are, obviously in their favor. So it just makes sense. Keep it on the ground, keep pounding, run that clock, because you got everything working in your direction.
Offense facing 2nd and goal. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Can they cut into this lead now on 3rd and goal? Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. He'll be taken down. The defense rises up with a sack in a crucial moment.
Well, the quarterback makes a mistake here. That's football 101. Once you get outside of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation and not take the sack, especially in the fourth quarter.
Looks like he didn't get the snap off in time. That'll cost him 5 yards. So that offensive penalty will be declined by the defense. They're happy to take the result of that play. So on 4th down, out trots the place kicker in a very big spot here. Right down the middle. And they add to their lead.
Well, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive and at least 3 points up on the board.
Getting set to kick off after extending the lead with the field goal. The offense knows they have a long way to go and not much time to get there. Bringing it out. It's back. They tackle him at the 9. That's good coverage. They should have left the ball in the end zone.
Offense will take over. 1st and 10.
7 defensive backs on the field in preparation for this passing down. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Trying to extend the play. That's the 3rd pick tonight thrown by this QB. Not much on the return. Tackled at the 17, but a big interception for this defense.
Well, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoff. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
Send the back in motion. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. Fights off a defender. And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown, Knights.
And that's another touchdown for this guy. This defense better adjust and get eyes into that backfield, or he may go for a 3rd or a 4th later today.
And the extra point up and good makes it a 3-score game, up 17 here in the 4th. Getting set to kick the ball off now. Fielded in the end zone. It's back. Tackled at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive.
And the Alabama offense will take over. 1st and 10.
So here comes the Alabama offense back out of the field. Well, this has been a disappointment. They've had their doors blown off here. Just playing for pride at this point. Goes to his right side there for the completion. And a nice 1st down game there. They get him down, but very close to the 1st down marker. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. And there's a deep throw with the clock winding down. And he's intercepted for the 4th time tonight. And that turnover will finish the football game. Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games. But you and I have been around this team all year long. So impressed with the emotions and how they're able to contain themselves, stay focused on the task at hand. They did that again today. They advance. Cannot wait to watch and see what they can do next week.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. From Kirk Street, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.